Ever wonder why basketball coaches are often seen with clipboards? It's not for drawing game plans. It's so they have something hard to hit their heads against when players do the opposite of what they just explained. From deciphering the language of a teenager to explaining the offside rule for the 100th time, coaching youth sports is a roller coaster ride filled with laughs and facepalms. But jokes aside, today we're diving into the exciting world of youth coaching. Coaching isn't just about knowing the sport, it's about teaching, motivating, and sometimes being a part-time psychologist for your team. Today, we're going to break down the basic skills needed to be a successful youth sports coach. The first, and perhaps most important skill, is communication. Communication in coaching is not just about shouting instructions from the sidelines, it's about being able to convey complex ideas in a simple, understandable way. It's about listening, understanding, and responding to your team's needs. Remember, you're not just communicating with your athletes, you're also communicating with their parents, other coaches, and sometimes even the referees. Next, we have patience. Coaching youth sports is not always a walk in the park. There will be days when your team is not performing up to par, or when a particular athlete is having a hard time grasping a concept or a technique. Patience in these situations is key. It's about giving your athletes the time they need to learn, grow, and improve. Then there's knowledge of the sport. This might seem obvious, but it's worth mentioning. A deep understanding of the game, its rules and strategies is crucial. But it's not just about knowing the sport, it's about being able to translate that knowledge into teachable moments for your athletes. Lastly, and arguably most crucially, is the ability to motivate and inspire. Your athletes will look up to you, not just as a coach, but as a role model. Your enthusiasm, your passion, your dedication to the sport will inspire your athletes to give their best, to push their limits, and to strive for excellence. So, there you have it. Communication, patience, knowledge of the sport, and the ability to motivate and inspire. These are the building blocks of a successful youth sports coach. Remember, coaching is not just about winning games, it's about shaping young minds, instilling discipline, and fostering a love for the sport. Master these skills, and you'll not only be a coach, but a mentor, a role model, and a hero to your team. Being a coach isn't all fun and games, it's also about strategy, planning, and knowing when to push and when to pull back. Let's dive into some practical tips and tricks for effective coaching. First, clear expectations are key. It's important to let your players know what you expect from them, both on and off the field. This isn't just about winning games, it's also about behavior, attitude, and commitment. Make sure your players understand that they're not just representing themselves, but also their team and their coach. Next, let's talk about the power of positive reinforcement. It's easy to focus on what a player is doing wrong, but don't forget to highlight what they're doing right. Recognize good effort, teamwork, and improvement. Celebrate small victories along with the big ones. This can boost morale and motivation, and help your players see that they're making progress. Now, handling victories and losses. Teach your players that both are part of the game. Winning is great, but it's not everything. Teach them to win with grace, to congratulate the other team, and to enjoy the moment without gloating. And when they lose, teach them that it's not the end of the world. Encourage them to learn from their mistakes, to shake it off, and to come back stronger next time. Another tip is to communicate effectively. Make sure your instructions are clear and easy to understand. Be open to questions and feedback. Remember, it's a two-way street. Last but not least, lead by example. Show your players what it means to be a good sport, a hard worker, and a team player. Show them that you're not just their coach, but also their biggest supporter. And here's a final thought. Coaching isn't just about teaching skills and strategies, it's about shaping young minds, building character, and instilling values. It's about helping your players become not just better athletes, but better people. Remember, the best coach doesn't just create the best players, they create the best people. So, there you have it. The secret sauce to being a great youth sports coach. Remember, it's not just about teaching the game, it's about developing skills, fostering character, and nurturing a love for the sport. It's about patience, passion, and perseverance. It's about the lighter side of coaching, the basics, and the tips and tricks that make all the difference. And remember, the best part about being a coach? You get to shape the future one game at a time. Now go out there and change some lives.